Alrighty, welcome back.
Welcome.
All right, my name's Gabby Cordero.
And I'm Angela Jernigan, and this is an Ohio 7.
Yeah, awesome. How's your week been, Ange?
My week I've been good. I've been working my little hiney off as I've been getting back into waking up at the crack ass of dawn to hang out at the costume shop.
Yeah, that honestly sounds miserable.
Yeah.
And it's not so much that. I think it's the drive to New Jersey that I think about. That really bothers me.
Oh yeah, it's pretty scenic. It's scenic.
It's not scenic. It's actually probably one of the worst drives I've ever seen.
It's the ugliest thing.
It's awful.
You sit in traffic the whole time, and yeah,
It looks like New Jersey's literally been bombed. That's what New Jersey feels like.
It does kind of feel like an after war.
Like, yeah, it seems like, yeah, it's like after, like a video game could definitely be set there for inspiration. Like a World War III video game.
Yeah.
They really wouldn't have to change much either. It looks insane. And maybe it's just, I know all New Jersey isn't like that, but the drive that you have to take looks exactly like that.
The majority of New Jersey, don't let it fool you, looks
You're
exactly
like a military Hummer, yeah.
How's your week been, Gabby?
Oh, it's fine. Nothing's new. I have pretty much just been working the same. I work 2 different jobs, so everything is just peachy, I feel like.
Gravy. It's all gravy.
It's all gravy. It's all gravy. Ready for summer though.
Oh my God. I feel like we've been pranked. Like we keep getting pranked every day. Like Mr. Groundhog himself said, "Gotcha. Gotcha."
He is my favorite person. What's his name?
I don't know.
Puxacani Finn. I know I just butchered that.
You made that up is what you did.
No, it's some crazy. He's my favorite guy. I look forward to him every year, and I don't even care if he's wrong or not. I'm just excited to see his face.
Well, and that's the thing is that this week Gabby has been sending me so many videos. Well, maybe not this week, but
the week that he was coming out. Oh my God.
I got so many groundhog videos. And then I was pumped. I was like, oh, spring, it's here. Spring has sprung. And then it hadn't. It's freezing.
It's going to come back, though. I've got a good feeling. It's going to be an early spring.
I was
going to say World War III. We've got global warming. So I think that, yeah, we're going to be looking at early springs for the rest of our lives.
I hope so. God, I love global warming.
Oh, my God. Should edit that part out.
Keep throwing your trash on the floor. Please. Shein,
more
my
straws.
Favorite.
Right. More straws for everyone. Bring back 2 straws for a single milkshake.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with paper straws? Am I right?
Actually, they're the worst. Honestly, just sip out the cup at that point. Don't give me one of those straws. They disintegrate in your cup.
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe it's because I don't drink coffees fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get a fucking paper straw in my goddamn latte, why would you even do that? And I'm going to take 4 sips of this, forget that it exists. By the time I get back, the straw's gone.
I've disintegrated paper.
It's
just like
too
floating
biodegradable. You did too good a job. I don't want it to biodegrade into my coffee.
Yeah, give me like an agave straw. Those are the...
Oh, yeah, those are the bamboo straws, too.
Yeah.
They kind of splinter, though. You
Yeah,
can't chew on them.
No, I don't want splinters in my mouth every time I take a sip of my latte.
It's maybe not the bamboo ones.
Yeah. But speaking of TikTok, I've been getting a lot of tarot card readings and...
And if you like one of them or like spend more than like 10 seconds listening, that is all your feed becomes.
Yeah, manifestation, getting a lot of manifestation stuff. My TikTok's like, girl, you must be going through it. Let me tell you about why the sun and moon have aligned so that your crush can text you back.
They're like, but the only way is he'll text you back is if you repost this video. They're like, that's you have to save this sound. That is the most important part.
You have to interact with this twice. And it's like a song. It's like Just Dance by Lady Gaga.
Right.
And you're like, wait.
That's crazy. They're like, first you have to put papers underneath your pillow every night. And when it's a full moon, you have to whisper to it. And then you also have to repost this video 2 times. If you don't do that, it won't happen. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. I really want him to like me back. Maybe I'll just try it. Just once.
No, well, I saw this one about online dating, which made me laugh. She was talking about like delete your app, like just delete it.
100% delete your app.
And I was like, wait, I just got out of like a relationship of almost 4 years. And I was like, I want to see what it's like. And then I got on it and I was like, oh, yeah, delete it.
Yeah, it
and
makes
I did.
you sad. I'm 100%. I don't love Tinder, but Hinge is awful.
They're both really bad. I think Tinder's worse.
I know, but Hinge paywalls you. You've heard of that? Have you heard of that?
No.
No, it's literally like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be kind of mean. They only show you the ugly people. And I know this because there's like, I don't know, probably 1 million men on that app in New York City, and I will get the same 45 people to sift through. I swear, and they'll just keep popping up. They're like, you have to like them. I was like, I really don't. I swiped the other way for a reason the first time.
Well, and then they're on Hinge. They're like, oh, well, they liked you. You should. This is your most compatible. I'm like, Timmy Turner looking at having mass motherfucker is my most compatible.
Right? Are you trying to make me cry, bro? I'm like, where are these tarot cards?
And just like, you guys would be perfect. I'm like, I don't.
I'm like,
think
well, if
so.
TikTok said so, and tarot card said so, must be true. He's my twin flame.
No, she was like, yeah, she was just like, delete it. The people who are on there for a reason. And if you're just trying to, right. And she's like, if you're just trying to find love, trust me, you're not going to find it on Tinder or Hinge. And I was like, you know what? And I deleted that shit with the swiftness. And it made me think of the one time that I had met someone on Tinder, and it was, I don't even know why I re-downloaded it based on that single experience.
For the plot. It's always for the plot. 2020
Let me tell you,
for the plot, as your little brother says.
Oh my God. My brother came to me at the beginning of the year, and I was like, oh, Alex, this is my life. This is what I'm doing. And he's like, bro, 2020 for the plot. And I was like, 2024 for the plot? And he was like, no, bro, 2020 for the plot. So I'm like,
that's pretty good.
I'm like, wait, you might be onto something.
He's definitely onto something.
And no, he's not. He's not onto anything, because I was out here doing things for the plot. I will never do anything for the plot again.
Oh, that's being in your 20s, though. You have to do everything for the plot.
No, you know what the plot is? Me. I'm the plot. I get plotted on by myself. I'm self-plotting.
You're a plotter. Dude, you sit and you plot all day.
Self-destruction is actually what plotting means.
I 100% agree. And I also don't feel like you really like your delusions, which I 100% respect, because delusions and manifestations are pretty close, and I've never met anyone that can manifest quite like this bitch. It's actually shocking. Sometimes I ask her to manifest for me, because I don't think I have it in me. I don't got the juice.
No, I'm really good at it. And I've been so delusional that I've manifested my own delusions into real life.
Oh, I know. I've seen it. Well, I'm sure we'll have time to talk about this specifically.
At some point, I can't
because
get into that now.
It's maddening and a bit frustrating to watch, because I'm like, how do I do that? And she tells me, and I'm like, I can't believe in myself that blindly. I just can't. Something's stunting me.
That's the thing about,
like, I need therapy before I can even start that journey. You know what I mean? I have a hard time waking up.
I need therapy, and that's why I'm able to do that journey. It's with self-delusion comes self-confidence. Right. And when you're so confident in your delusion,
is that schizophrenia?
I've been healed.
Who needs therapy when you have me? Keep it straight.
But I want to tell you my Tinder story, but I want to hear you if you have a bad Tinder or online dating.
Okay,
story.
I'm like 50-50 on the online dating.
Really?
I kind of like it. I've been on some really cool fun dates, and I've met some really cool people.
I have not had such luck, but I would love to hear about yours.
My worst one was definitely the guy. Like, he was fine. He was a swim coach for NYU, and I was like, that's cool. Like, he's sporty. I like that.
He can float.
He's really good at floating. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, I love these New York guys. They're always like offer to take me like cool places, like to the Met, or we can go to bookstores, or like get coffee, go to parks. Like, guys here, I will say, they come up with good date ideas. Granted, there's more to do, but like, he's like, let's go to the Met. I'm like, that's awesome. I've never been to the Met. So we met. I met him up there.
You met at the Met?
We met at the Met.
How romantic.
Yeah. I found him on the stairs. It felt like Yeah, I felt like Blake Lively fighting my Ryan Reynolds. I'm just kidding. It really wasn't that good. He was okay looking.
He was mid.
Yeah, he was mid. He wasn't. He lied. Definitely, he said he was a lot taller. And then when I got there, I was like, "That's not 5'11". I know a lot of.
You know the code, bro.
The code.
If he's 5'11", he's 5'9".
If he's 5'11", he's 5'9".
If he's 5'10", he's 5'7".
Yeah, that's a fact. He's 5'7", and then if he's 6 foot, he's 5'11".
Exactly.
Yeah, and if he's 6 foot, he doesn't put 6 foot in his profile.
No.
Actual tall men don't put their height
This is true.
in their profile. They
This
don't
is
care. They're
true.
like, you'll see for yourself.
They're look at me standing next to this lamppost.
100%. You're like, he's tall. He's
Yeah.
a tall guy. But like, yeah, if they have to state like, I'm 6 foot.
I'm like, you're a liar.
Like, no, you're 5. It's okay. You're 5'11". Nothing wrong with being 5'11". We love and you know, the 5'11" is not short.
No, it's not.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm 5'11" and a half, so
Right.
grow that extra half inch and we can talk. But
Yeah, it's fine. You're okay at 5'11". But anyway, so we went to the Met and we're walking around. I'm having the time of my life. I'm an art fiend. I was running around that place like a little psycho. I was so pumped to be there. I was like 6 lattes. I was like 6 shots of espresso deep. And I was like, I should start drinking. I didn't because I was on good behavior. But 'cause it was also like 1 p.m. like on like a Saturday or something.
oh no, that's happy hour.
I get sleepy. If I day drink. And I was really trying to be in the moment. I had planned to be there for like 7 hours. I was pumped. That place is huge.
It is huge.
It's huge.
It's like you have to like block out an hour and a half per section.
You
of
really
that
do.
place.
And I'm here for it. And I'm like, let's talk about all this art stuff. And like he didn't like to talk about it as much as I did, which is fine. I'm a yapper. So I figured he got probably a little overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. So we were probably there for only about 2 hours, which was like a third of the time I had planned to be there. And also red flag, he got tired really quickly, which I didn't like. I could spend hours in the Met. I'd never been there. And I'm a big art goof. Like I could have walked around that building and he was like, I'm kind of tired. Do you want to get lunch? I'm like, lunch? No. I'm like, this art isn't feeding you. I thought this is how New York men were supposed to be. I'm like, you take a cigarette break and let's keep going. It was a little bit perplexing. But he's like, yeah, you want to like get lunch and like I live around here too. I was like, okay, I see where this is going. And I was like, no, I'm good. I think I'm just gonna head home. And he's like, let me walk you to the train. And I'm like, you really don't have to. He's like, no, I really want to walk you to the train. So he's like, do you want me to like call you an Uber? Like I got you an Uber. And I was like, no. If he asked,
like, yes.
I would have been like, yes, if he asked again. But I'm like, it seemed like he didn't really want to. And I also didn't really want this man having my address.
Yeah, but you didn't have to give him your address. You could have gave it to like a bar by your house.
Yeah, but he was going to pay for the Uber.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I also didn't want him to be like, oh, I can just come with you. I didn't have the energy for all of that. I'm like, I'll just pay the $2.90.
That's when you start barking at a man and you start acting like a rabbit. Because he already called the Uber. It shows up and he tries to get an Uber. You just like, he's like, oh my God. Then you don't have to worry about shit unless he's into it.
Fact. Yeah, if he's into it, that'd be terrifying. Could you imagine? He's like, I'm in like, animal play. I'm like, oh my God.
He's a furry.
Right.
He's like, and you stayed on the apps after that.
Yeah, I did. I went on some good dates on the apps.
She said, I'm gonna see this through.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I'm committed to the cause. I was doing it for the plot. I'm like, I need more interesting stories, you know? So that's what I did.
Ugh, not me. Yeah, that terrifies me. That makes me not want to, that makes me happy that I don't have any apps. That makes me appreciate not having the apps. That sounds like a nightmare.
It's a little nightmare. It's kind of fun though. I'm here for it. I'm gonna get back on. I think I'm ready. I think I just need a little bit more like chaos in my life, so I'm ready to start online dating again.
That's not chaos. That's self-destruction.
Yeah, sure.
They go hand
apples,
in
oranges. Yeah.
Tomato, girl.
Tomato. I mean, like I said, whatever. As long as I don't die. I'm like, I mean, it could have been worse. I could have not made it home. That's always something that could happen on an online date.
On an online date.
One of them online dates.
One of them online Tinder dates.
Yeah. My mom said though, she's like, you're not going to meet a guy that you actually want to be with who takes pictures of himself and posts it on an app.
True. And let me tell you how I know this. Because my ex-boyfriend, I had Tinder before I met him. And you know when you meet someone and they live in your area, especially like in Ohio, and then you like go on Tinder and try to see if you can find their profile.
Yeah, or you're scared when you find it. You hope that you don't find their profile.
Well, I knew he had a Tinder, so I like went on there and I was trying to look for it. I had not swiped on him. At some point, I had just disliked that man.
See, you knew this subconsciously that you're like, I should not be around this guy.
I was like, I can't find it, and I was like, you know what? I do think that I disliked him on Tinder, and oops. And then I dated him for 3 years.
Yeah, mistake. That was you did the first thing right and did everything very, very wrong. Kind of snowballed after that. It's okay. We've all done it. I'm sure I swiped left on all the guys I ended up dating if I saw them on Tinder. Because they were personality hires for sure.
Personality hires. Oh fuck. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. All the love though. I mean they looked attractive to me once I got to know them, but not at first meet.
No, and that is the thing. Like it's very rare I look at someone for the first time and I'm like,
smash.
Right. Unless they're like really hot, but like it is like I really gotta figure out the personality. The personality is what does it for me.
It's an energy thing.
Yeah,
it's an energy thing. That's what I mean. Like I know I swiped left on those guys because I didn't know that they were my type until I got to know them, and then I was like, oh, that's my type. You know,
that's my type.
That's my type. Exactly.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my?
Yeah, I actually would love to hear. I have to preface. I have heard this story. This was probably one of the first stories you ever told me, and that's why I was like, yeah, I want her to be my best friend. Like, it's like we were drinking margaritas, eating some tacos on probably a Taco Tuesday.
Oh my God.
And she told me this, and I think my jaw was on the floor the whole time.
Because I mean, like, it's such an unbelievable story, really.
Yeah, I just want you to just go ahead and start this off because this is just one of those things where it was wild.
Okay, so this is the one and only Tinder dating story that I have ever had. This is the first and last. That's it. So basically, I had met this guy on Tinder, and he was really gorgeous. He was a really pretty guy.
He had to be. You swiped right.
Yeah, and I don't give those out much.
She doesn't. I've watched her swipe on Tinder.
Ugly.
Few and far between. Yeah.
Ugly. Oh my God. Ugly. Ugly.
You're like, whoa.
But yeah, good looking guy. And he actually ended up going to the college that I was at. I just didn't know him. Yeah.
Hot. Twin flame.
No.
Could be. You both like to laugh a lot.
So anyway, so we went out. We would just like went out driving around town, and he had invited me back to his place because I mean at this point we had probably hung out a couple times. Like I had thought he was normal.
The 3-date rule.
Yeah, I'm sure it was 3.
Okay, it's like 1.5.
Yeah,
because maybe probably enough. Like 2 altogether because they were probably all like half dates.
Exactly.
Like you
half-ass dates. Yes.
Yeah, you just drove around the car and maybe buy you ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
He did?
Ice cream, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That could be kind of fun though. Yeah,
it was delicious.
It was Dairy Queen.
It was Dairy Queen, bro.
I love me some Dairy Queen. A sprinkle dip cone.
It was a sprinkle dip cone.
Yo,
twist.
That's
with the peanuts on it and the sprinkles.
Whoa. Okay, I just need the sprinkles.
Oh,
vanilla sprinkle dip cone. But I like that. I like the little pizzazz you added to that. That was fun.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
sounds good.
That's the one. That's the combo of the year right there.
Combo of the year.
So yeah, so he invites me back to his house. I'm like, okay, like it's been a minute. Sure.
You're like, let me just see this through. You gotta be the true Tinder experience. That's what you're aiming for.
This far, no red flags. Like text me pretty consistent. Okay. You know, ask me how my day is. Like does all the right things at this point. Yeah. So I go over and we're like sitting there. We're like kikiing on the couch, and you know, he like leans in. You know, the lean in.
Was it bad though? Was the lean in okay?
The lean in was
like rate the lean in.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you want me to re-impersonate it?
Yeah.
I look like I was gonna eat you.
You're gasping for air for sure.
I just wanted to taste your breath before I got in there.
God, it tastes like red wine and Reese's cups. Talk about combos of the year.
Anyway, so we're sitting on the couch, and so he leans in. He's about like, we're like this close, and we're like almost there. Lips are about to touch, and he's like, wait. I'm like, oh my God, my breath stinks. Like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong? And he's like, I have to brush my teeth. I'm like, oh, okay.
This is like a really polarizing thing for me, because is that really thoughtful, or is that like weird and kind of selfish?
It's fucked up and selfish.
Okay.
Like, so you now have nice, minty, fresh, clean teeth, and I have just have the breath that I've had since I left my house and brushed my teeth. Like,
I think we've talked about this though. I don't think I've ever kissed a guy and I was like, I mean, maybe I'm just lucky that I really only fuck with guys with super good hygiene, but I've never been like, that guy tastes bad.
no, I don't think so either. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been like, oh, like,
So like, he just needs to chill out. So already, this is a red flag.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
yellow flag.
this is,
Can
yeah,
we deem
a yellow
this a
flag.
yellow flag?
Yeah, like,
We're going to call it a yellow flag.
because maybe in his mind he thought it was thoughtful, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still weird.
yeah, I
Just
don't,
weird.
yeah. So
Just
so yeah, so he's brushing his teeth. I'm just sitting on the couch, kind of viewing space. I'm like, okay.
A lot of empty walls, I'm sure.
Yeah, it looked like a man's house, I will say. And he comes back, he's like, all right, I'm ready. Picks up where he left off. I'm like, okay. And like the moment is kind of ruined, but I'm willing to see this through.
She's like, I didn't even open my eyes. I just kept them things closed.
I kept my
You're
eyes
like, "Are
closed
you
the
in
whole
the
time
room?"
and just like I like froze.
Right, you're waiting.
Like I'm like,
Hey, have you walked in yet? Are you done brushing your teeth now?
come back.
Come back.
So the kissing happens. We
Okay.
smooch. We exchange a few salivas.
Ooh. Getting all wet.
Yeah.
Getting all wet in there. Okay.
This has been ASMR.
That's okay. We can stop that. We didn't need to use the microphones for that.
So things start getting a little hot and heavy. So we're like, let's take this over to the bedroom. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's been a
I'm
while.
young. I'm crazy.
Yeah. This is a Tinder
Sure.
hookup.
Yeah.
That's what you've been doing. That's what you got on the app.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, I was like, I'm willing to try this out.
Mhm.
First time, let's do it.
Yeah, queen. Go crazy. Go pop off.
So we went over the room. Things are getting hotter and heavier, and then he stops again. I'm like, okay, bro. Like, what's at this point? I'm annoyed. I'm like, what the fuck is up?
He's
Or
like,
you
I
keep
have to-
stopping.
I actually have to brush my. Oh.
He's like,
Before we go any further, I just need to go to quick take a shower. You're like, huh?
no,
He's like, and you're like, well, can I come? And he's like, no, I have something I have to do alone. I'm just kidding. He didn't do that.
have you? No, but I have been like, I've experienced men go and take showers before.
I love that though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but then like,
To me, that's a green flag. Because if I'm
Yeah, I
going
mean-
to a guy's house, I'm showered.
exactly. Like,
You know what I mean?
I'm
I've already
already
done it.
showered at this point.
I already did it.
But it's like, but you hadn't already showered prior to this,
He's like, I
Question
just
mark?
want to be my ultimate freshness.
which is that's kind.
That's
That's better
thoughtful.
than brushing your
I'll
teeth. I
wait.
think. Yeah.
I'll wait. I'm patient.
I'll wait.
I'm patient.
I'll
I'll
wait.
wait. I'll wait. I'll turn on a little
so,
TV show.
So he stops and he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know." I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "When I climax," I'm like, "Oh." I was like, "Calm down, Usher." He's like, "I laugh." I'm like, "Laugh?" He's like, I laugh. But he's a goofy dude. He's like a pretty goofy dude.
Oh,
Like,
he's real goofy.
He was a goofy
You got
goober.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, like thinking it's a joke. I'm like, okay, like weird to interrupt this to tell me to give me a funny,
Right.
but
So like, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, kid. Give him a little pat on the back. Or like, let's get
yeah.
this started.
I'm like, good one.
yeah.
Let's keep going though.
That
I'm gonna
awkward
act like
laugh
you
or-
didn't say that.
I'm like, I just want to see this. You're just really committed to seeing this through. So you're like, you can't take that seriously.
oh yeah, I'm
What are you
blinded
supposed to do?
I'm blinded to
He's
all
hot
the-
too. So also like, that's you.
Yeah.
Eyes closed. You still haven't opened your eyes since the kiss.
the
You were escorted to the room by your hand, like bumping into walls the whole way there.
Oh my god. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just like I kind of just ignore it. I'm like, okay, like if you say so. And then, you know, things get to the end and no, he wasn't joking. That was not a joke. It was not a prank.
I don't know. It sounds pretty funny though.
It was. I'm sure, like, to an outside viewer.
Oh
like,
no, that's a horror story to an outside viewer.
Yeah, it was a horror story to an inside viewer. Me.
Yeah, inside. He really was inside too. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm not sorry. But you also weren't that sorry.
No. Can I run you through like how he laughed?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. I'm scared, but yeah.
I thought it was just like it was gonna be like like, oh, that tickles.
It feels like a plot to a Jordan Peele.
It
Like a subplot.
It
to
was
a
Get
Jordan
Out
Peele.
for sure. It was giving get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Oh my god.
And I said, I can't see, I'm blind. I was giving Helen Keller that night.
You sure were. She said, I'm blinded enough tonight.
Willing to see this all through.
Right.
So yeah, it wasn't like a hee ha. It was like a
I can so clearly picture it too.
I don't want you to.
I can. Sorry. I've heard this story so many times. It's all drawn up. It's all illustrated up there. See, it's like a picture book.
Oh,
yeah.
Like one of those like flip cartoon books.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
see the motions.
And I'm just like, God. And here's the thing. And I would be like, damn, this is a crazy story. I can't believe that only happened to you. Like that happened to you one time. But it wasn't one time. That's the thing. If it was just like one time that like this, like she's like, okay, I'm never gonna see that guy again. That was super weird. But yeah, one thing about my girl Ange is that she consistent because she Helen Keller the rest of that relationship.
No, it was not a relationship.
Situationship.
It was a situationship for sure.
For like a week.
Yeah. So that's only like a couple hookups. And it was fine.
Angela, that is absurd.
That is absurd because this man had a mattress on the floor, no bed frame, and it was a twin. A twin. How you telling me you're grown,
That is his
man?
childhood bed. That is his childhood bed for sure. 100%.
They're like beds are not that expensive. You can get one of them, the ones that are package sealed on Amazon.
I think that was before then though. In his defense, they didn't really have that.
Okay, well, he could have figured something out. Like, I mean, my
like,
God, a twin size mattress as a grown ass man. You have your own apartment, but you have a twin size mattress on the floor.
And we know you're not paying a lot for rent. We've already established this. The rent's cheap. The rent's inexpensive.
I don't care. It was, and then.
Well, you really didn't care.
Fuck
you. Surely did not care.
I guess I didn't. I guess I did not care.
You're like, that's crazy. He's got a twin mattress on the floor, no bed frame, and he cackles when he climaxes. You're like, but he bought me ice cream once. It's kind of sweet.
My standards were not high at the time.
He
Turns
looks
out
really good when I close my eyes.
I put headphones on.
Right.
Could you imagine? Just like you had headphones on.
You're like, baby, I just want a couple solutions so we can have this relationship work.
It's like a science experiment. I'm just trying different things out.
You're like, got the two pillows to your ears. You're like,
I put a pillow over my own face.
you're like, something's got to give, or I'm not gonna be able to come back.
He will.
He will.
So.
Oh man, it's been like 3 or 4 years since I heard this story, and it makes me near tears every time.
It's just I think my
I'm like, God, what was she going through where she thought that was okay?
Nothing. I was going through nothing. I was doing it for the plot. The plot gets me every fucking time without
really
fail.
You're like, yeah. Now you've got a great story.
Yeah.
That's a singular story.
Yeah, I got a really good story for my therapist.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That's good.
She's gonna love it.
We touched a little bit on this. We were talking about the Tinder date thing, but yeah, men's decor, I feel like we need to hit there. We need to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic. Y'all thought COVID was bad.
That's like the one thing I appreciate about getting older is that there's less men's houses that I go to that. Okay, well, first of all, let me just stop there because I've been in a relationship for a very long time.
You don't be going to men's houses.
I don't be going to men's houses. I have friends though. But
Like,
I have friends.
just
so
make
you know.
sure that we know that I
have
do
friends.
have friends. People do like to hang out with me.
But I enjoy going over to my friend's house, my guy friend's houses, and being like, wow, it don't smell like roaches in here or
I
nothing.
know. Like, it's pretty clean. I will say, I think that and I'm gonna say this in the only like nice thing in their defense
Mm-hmm.
is that the one thing I do admire about men is that like I think women are messy and guys are just dirty.
That's true.
Like, we have so much shit. It's really hard for like my room's an absolute mess, and it takes less than a day for it to get like that.
mm-hmm.
But men, they don't even have enough stuff for it to really get that messy.
That is true.
They're minimalists. They were the minimalists. Young men in their 20s were minimalists before it was cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
They're minimalist because they have no money.
They have no money.
Because they're broke. They have no money. They're broke. They don't know anything about home decor. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about men's home decor.
It's so crazy that you mentioned that because I just so happened to write down a list of things on my commute home from work today.
I love that.
No bed frame. Mattresses in the living room.
Yep.
Liquor bottles as like on top of cabinets, particularly.
That's a men's staple.
Jail time because I have to clean it up.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Throw them away, dude. No plants in the house. Obviously, they're not gonna water.
I
them.
mean, the men
won't even
themselves are barely watering themselves.
I was gonna say is that they don't want to water a relationship. They're certainly not gonna water the plants. Fork, knife, spoon. You have a story about that, but we're gonna let the stolen cups from restaurants, dumpster furniture, porch couches, stolen street signs, blankets as blackout curtains, and futons. Those are all staples.
Blankets as blackout curtains. They're like, why get a curtain when I could just thumbtack a blanket over the window?
And it's always a thumbtack too. So do you think that it was like one of them from a group started doing it and they walked in, they're like, that's fucking brilliant. He's got it together.
No, I think it's just in the genetic makeup.
Yeah, they were all just like, you know what, I would love to have a futon and blankets as curtains. Again, listen, there's nothing wrong with being broke, but like then just enjoy the sunshine. Wake up at 8:30. You probably need to start doing that. You know, if you can't afford curtains, you should probably start your day a little earlier.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Get that hustle that you guys like talking about so much. You're like, just gotta wait for my crypto to pop off. The men's decor, and I'm grateful because it's usually just young men,
Mm-hmm.
like older men. I guess I don't have a lot of it. I think it's good I don't have a lot of experience with like the older guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, the glassware thing is always super. I hate when people have unmatching glassware. That drives me insane. Go to your local thrift store. They've got sets
for like $5.
Me saying that we got two different wine glasses, but this is because I favor this shape.
Two different types of cup or colors of cup, two different types of wine glasses.
But I don't know any men that own wine glasses. Like, this is like, I know this is how like competent I am about like dishwares. I'm like, I prefer to drink wine out of this type of glass.
No, I prefer to drink my wine out of that.
I know, that's why I always pour your wine in that glass and I pour my wine in this one.
Isn't she so sweet? She knows
Sweet
how I
girl.
like
I did
my
break
wine.
this other glass earlier today.
She went to get the glasses out, and all of a sudden I hear a shatter. And then all I hear is, Ange, I'll buy you another one.
Which means that I'm gonna have to buy a set, like, because this is the last one. So now I've got to reign true to what I said, and I've got to buy a new set of wine glasses. But it's okay.
Like every time I come home, there's a different broken dish.
Target's got a really cute little collection that I'm probably gonna swing by and get once it's payday.
I bet you will.
Well, I'm super pumped about it. It wasn't intentional that I broke it, but Ange says that I'm slowly replacing all of her stuff with my own. And it is most incidental. Like, it's because I break
it's
stuff.
not. Like,
There are some things that I take away.
We have a spare room in our house, and I'll just start noticing that she just started putting all of my things in that room. I'm like, Gabby, why is the toilet paper holder in the spare room? She's like, do you really think we need it? Like, you really?
Okay, but we have a toilet paper like dispenser already nailed to the wall.
Okay, but hear me out.
You just like to have stuff everywhere.
Hear me out.
You're a little clutter bug.
The toilet paper holder had a place to put toilet rolls too, and a place to put washcloths. Guess where the toilet paper rolls are now? Shoved in crevices of the bathroom because Gabby doesn't have a spot to put them.
No, that's not true. They're on the what is that thing above the they're on a shelf.
No, they're not.
They're
on the floor right now.
They're in plastic, but yeah, they're on the floor.
So
I just want to inspire you to get rid of some things.
had my toilet paper holder been in there,
I slowly do kind of take some stuff away.
Because I want to know what's there instead now. Sorry, I'm gonna interject. You know what's there instead now? Gabby's clothes.
Your clothes
her
are
dirty
there too.
clothes. My dirty clothes are there too.
It's been a lazy week. I've been cleaning. I clean, and then when we do this, and it just the whole house gets trashed in like 15 minutes.
Just girly things.
Just girly thing. It doesn't take long. If we like showed you a photo of what it looks like outside of this couch area, it's actually kind of terrifying. We won't ever do that. As far as anyone knows, that this is just what our house looks like all the time.
Lots of half-drank Diet Coke cans, for sure.
There was a lot of those today. I'm not gonna lie. I think if we counted, I think I've got 4 bottles. Just like, it's a lot. I've got 1 full one in my purse right now too.
That is a disease.
It's probably gonna turn into one.
Get well soon, sweetie.
Okay.
Anyway, back to. Can I tell my story?
Oh yeah, about the home decor, about the mess you walked into.
So I have a little story about home decor in a man's house. I lived in the most trifling ass house with a group of men.
I can't say it. Can I say it?
No, you can't say their names.
No, not their names.
Oh.
I call it the Coke House.
No, that's a different house. That one was... One time I came home because I was living in 2 places technically.
Wait, which one are you talking about? The one on Winter Ave?
No, I'm talking about Fair Ave.
Oh, okay.
But one time I did come home to my house on Winter Ave, and someone had been sleeping in my bed. And the only reason I knew was because on my side table, they emptied like blunt tobacco.
I had been pissed.
I was like, and didn't clean it up. I'm like, who's been sleeping in my bed? I was like fucking Papa Bear coming home like, what the fuck?
I like how you automatically give yourself Papa Bear.
Yeah, I'm Papa Bear.
Yeah.
Love it when you call me Big Papa.
Little Papa over here. I'm Baby Bear.
You're Little Papa?
No, I'm Baby Bear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I don't think I'm responsible enough to be Mama Bear.
No.
No, I'm here for the ride. I'm like, make my porridge.
Stupid. Anyway, so I live with these 3 guys, and their home was... There are no words for it. The only word that I can give it is Bud Light.
Whoa.
So each of them had their own things.
Is it giving like monster truck rally energy?
It's giving... Just let me explain what this looks like. Let me set the scene for you.
Okay.
So you walk through the front door. You're immediately in the living room. But not only is it a living room, it doubles as a bedroom.
Okay.
This is a 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bath. So 2 guys had rooms of their own, and one of them had a room in the living room.
Do you think they had to pull straws for that?
Honestly, I think they did.
I think I'm like, I would have been pissed if I pulled the last straw and had to be the living room person.
Yep.
Hopefully they paid less. I'm like, I'm not paying that much. I'm sorry. If I'm in the living room,
I'm not paying. I'm paying $100 flat.
I'm paying $100 flat.
That's it. I have no privacy.
Yeah, no.
It's not happening for me. So yeah, 2 bedrooms, a bedroom in the living room that also has a couch in it and a TV, and is the common area. Like, nobody's holding back on it being the common area. Like, they don't give a fuck if you're sleeping. Like, that is the common area until all ends of the night.
How do you know that? Just kidding. You don't have to share. But you should share.
I'd been there once or twice.
Okay.
This was my ex-boyfriend's house. Okay. This was my ex-boyfriend's house. Let me just get that out in the air. Let me clear the air. This was my ex-boyfriend's house.
Angela's still playing Helen Keller. She's really committed to that.
They actually put a lot of braille in there so that I could find my way around.
Yeah, the Bud Light, what's it called? Oh, I gotta start that over again.
So, yeah. So what these fellas did was they would go and they would just hop in dumpsters and find
They would really hop in them?
home decor.
They'd hang out in them? Like they jump in them like little raccoons.
Yep.
Whoa.
And it would be home decor in there.
Anything good though? Sometimes, I mean, to be fair, sometimes I got a chair from the street actually twice.
She got a chair from the street and both times it was broken.
Well, why else would they be on the street?
I came home one day and she was like, I was like, oh, did you get a new chair? She's like, yeah, isn't it so nice? I sat in it and like the legs just started peeling apart. And I was like, oh my God.
It's still sitting there taunting me because it's such a nice chair. I was super bummed. I also, I got a different chair. I had to fix. I was drinking at a bar one night. And
I'm just laughing because I'm just thinking of you being like, I can tape it.
It did not work. And then I tried putting a nail through the wood because the wood was splitting, but I think it's bamboo, so it just made it worse. I was like, maybe I can put some structure in here.
Girl, just be a girl. Don't play Bob the Builder. Just be a girl.
I know. I just really wanted that chair.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like finding chairs on the street. Sometimes you can find a good one.
Oh my God. There was this other time that Gabby found something on the side of the street.
And let me adjust myself because oh my God. All right.
She physically made me stop over on the side of the road. She picked it up and we're driving away. And I'm like, I think those are movers, Gabby.
Bro, no, it was a desk. It was okay. So I had just moved here and I was like, damn, I really want a desk. And I was fucking broke. I was broke as a joke. All I wanted was a goddamn desk. And I thought that fate was just gifting me something. I'm like, man, I'm just really lucking out today. Because we were waiting for a friend and Ange had a vehicle from work. So it was just this big van.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is perfect. We can just slip the desk in here real quick. And it was really the only thing on the street. So I'm like, they must be getting rid of it. That's like New York rules. You don't leave anything outside that you don't want stolen.
Exactly.
So I'm even taking my time. I put the desk in there. I'm hyped about it. And just like,
she's angling it in correctly. She's like, she's
like,
laying something down so it doesn't. Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to scratch. This is a nice desk. I don't know who would get rid of this. And so, so we're sitting in the car waiting for our friend. And all of a sudden we see a couple movers come out of the house. It was in front of, walk in front of the house. And they're kind of looking around like, like they were definitely missing something there. Like I swear there was a desk here a few moments ago. So me and Ange are just looking straight forward in the car. We're like,
we're paralyzed with fear.
Like, oh my God. What if they have a Ring camera? They have our license plates.
And Gabby's sitting behind the van. She's like,
I'm like, I know. I'm like,
she's visualizing how we'll look in the room.
I really had to think about putting it back. And I'm like, Ange, should I put it back? She's like, put the damn desk back.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I need you to help me. So they go back inside.
You see, she brings the black woman into a theft project.
I said, well, you have to put it back before they notice. Like they obviously noticed it was gone. So we fucking clown car out of that shit. We run out of the car. We're like, grab this desk. And we put it back not exactly where it was. The movers come back out and watching their reaction to the desk just like showing up.
Bro, I would have thought I was in like a fucking simulation.
They're like, this is a dimensional, like there's been a rip in the
What is it
rip
called?
In the Matrix.
Oh yeah.
There's been a rip in the Matrix. I know they like tell that story.
Saying, but
it is.
A rip in the Matrix? A glitch in the Matrix.
Oh, it's a glitch in the Matrix. I know they went home and they like told their spouses. They're like, you're never gonna believe this.
There was a full desk. It was there, gone, there.
And then back again. Oh, dude, I was so bad. That desk was really nice.
I know.
I still think about that desk.
She was so upset because she was like, I mean, it's already in the van. Like,
I really was trying to rationalize it. I was like, well, why would them? Like, they should have had somebody guarding the stuff. Why didn't they have anyone guarding the stuff?
But that was the only thing out there, though.
It was the only thing back out there in my defense. But when I say as soon as they went inside, we fucking skeeted out that spot.
I've never moved so fast in my life. I'm like, I can't go to jail for this.
It was
for a desk.
No, it was been a very iconic moment. While it was happening, it was crazy.
As soon as they walked inside, van trunk open. I'm throwing it out there.
It's so hot. It was like 90 degrees outside. We were like, oh my God, it was so sweaty and so disgusting. And yeah, we ran and the friend that we were waiting for, I had never met her prior to this moment. So like first time she's meeting me and just like, Gabby almost just stole a desk. Like, damn.
Like, correction, Gabby did steal a desk.
I know. I said, but I gave it back. I'm like, nice to meet you, Anna. She's like a little sweaty. I'm like, yeah, I was just practicing my thieving, I guess.
Oh my God. No, that was hilarious.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Good times. Good times.
Anyway, sorry, you were sleeping on a mattress floor in a living room with a bunch of boys. That sounded aggressive. I'm like, fucking remember that? Remember when you did that?
You remember when you were at like the lowest in your life and you literally...
Remember when you hit rock bottom and then you just kept digging?
Thanks, Gabby.
You're welcome.
That's really nice.
Gotta set those reminders for you. I know how much you like to listen to people laugh.
We get it. I didn't like it that much, okay? Turns out.
Didn't dislike it that much either, apparently.
It was somewhere in the middle. So anyway, these boys they would take like 36 packs of like empty 36 packs of Bud Light and they would rip the cardboard off and they would like turn it into wallpaper. And they would
tack it up. They didn't glue it up, right?
They'd tack it just like the
You're like, he could do all that, but he can't post me on Instagram.
You're putting a lot of effort into building that wall.
You surely don't mind posting things. Posting things up. But all of a sudden I asked you to post me on Instagram and we have a problem.
Right, come on.
It's like, I don't ever even go on there.
He said I post bills, not bitches.
Right.
They also had, you know, when you go to a bar and they have those umbrellas and they usually have like beer logos on them. Yeah, there was one with Bud Light, and so they took those and hung the umbrella fabric from the ceiling. Okay, imagine that.
So
imagine
like a little
that.
Bud Light chandelier of sorts.
Like just royal blue.
Oh my God. So every night before you went to bed, you were staring at that.
I looked up and I said, the worst beer
You looked
possible.
up, but you're being looked down at. You were looking
I was looking up. I said, why, God? Am I really that ugly? What did I do in a previous life to deserve this?
And then she moved in.
Oh.
She's like, I can fix this.
I didn't fix it.
No, I'm pretty sure you made it worse. I heard the stories from the other roommates. It's good.
So yeah, they also didn't like doing dishes. So one of our roommates.
So you guys got along really well.
Oh my God. One of our roommates he went out to the store.
I love this.
He bought one fork, one knife, one spoon, one plate, one bowl, one cup. That way, if his dish was dirty, he was responsible for solely only cleaning that dish.
Did he clean them though?
Fuck no. I cleaned them. Dishes were never getting clean.
I will say that, and I remember hearing this story because I was doing dishes at our old house when we lived together a few years later, and I pulled out a single golden fork. I was like, where the hell did you get this? And she's like, let me tell you a story about a mutual friend of ours. And it was pretty much that. And I was like, it's kind of fucking genius. She's like, he never did dishes.
Yeah, I kind of loved that little fork though. It was like a nice little memory.
It was actually a good fork too.
I liked it. Sturdy, thick.
Yeah, it was actually I'm like,
good choice, honestly.
It was a good fork choice. He's like, if I could only have one fork, it's gonna be the nicest fork they have to offer. And he really it was
golden fork.
One golden fork. So that was fork, spoon, knife. Just one. It's kind of psycho. Like if you meet a guy and he's lives alone and he only has one fork, one spoon, one knife, I think that'd be pretty scary.
I would be like, at least he ain't got no bitches. I don't have
That's
to worry
true.
about nobody else coming over.
He ain't making dinner for nobody. He ain't making anyone breakfast in the morning.
He's barely making dinner for himself. I open his refrigerator. He's got a pot of leftovers because he has no Tupperware.
He ain't cooking.
You're right.
A guy that's only got one fork, one knife, one spoon ain't cooking nothing.
He had a bag of fast food leftovers in the fridge because he was going to throw it in the air fryer later.
Love a good air fryer.
I love an air fryer.
Air fry everything.
Okay. All right. So who is your celebrity of the week?
I'm really excited about this one.
Okay.
Jeremy Allen White.
Oh, this is a kind of like a little controversial one.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying this because I think Jeremy Allen White is a personality hire. I think like 100%. Like he is. If I were to see him walking down the street in Ohio, wearing normal clothes, 5. 5. 4. I'm sorry.
I agree. 5 or 6. 6 is the highest I'll go though.
I'm gonna go 4.5.
Oh, whoa! You're going lower. I'm going higher.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about it. I'd go 4.5. I think his only saving grace would be like he's in shape and he's close to my age.
He's
but
got
like
a good head of hair.
He's got a good hair. Okay, so he's got like 3 things going for him.
That's what I'm saying. 6.
I'll give him
5.
No, I'm gonna go 5. I'll keep it to a 5. But in New York, he dressed in New York clothes. That man's a 9.5. He's in those Calvin Kleins posted up in the Lower East Side.
Oh my God, his Calvin Klein poster in Soho. Oh my God.
We literally got ramen the other day, and we stopped and took a second to just stare at him.
Oh my God, it was so funny too because there was a girl, like we were taking it in and we're like, okay, we're kind of being extra.
But there was just girls taking loads of pictures.
Oh my God, it was so funny. All the girlies were getting off the train. They'd pass, and then you'd see their next like fucking whip, and they'd be like,
oh, and then I'm not joking. Like people were stopping and taking pictures and videos in front of his Calvin Klein ad. Like the women of New York. That's what we love this man.
We walked by. We're like, girl, we get it.
Yeah, we were just like
right there with you.
We just kept walking. I'm running into traffic, and just like the ramen's
traffic's
this way,
running into you.
Traffic was running into me. I had business to take care of. Okay?
People were breaking their necks to see that man and his skivvies.
Yeah, I'm sure he caused so many accidents. I'm not even joking. I mean, genuinely, he had to have caused a few car accidents over there.
I would have crashed my car if I seen that.
New York 9.5
for sure,
and Ohio 5.
Absolutely.
Ohio 5.
Yeah. He's in Ohio 5. I'm giving him
Love
Ohio
you, Jeremy
5.
though.
That's solid, locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded, Ohio 5.
Okay, mine is Tyler James Williams.
From Abbott Elementary. Everyone hates Chris.
Everybody hates.
Okay,
Chris.
the Ohio scale. What do you think he is?
Ohio scale, I want to say
he's 5'9". Not that it counts. Not that it matters. It does matter. He's 5'9". Ohio scale, go.
I give him an 8.
In the Ohio scale?
Yeah.
Is he talking? Do I hear his voice?
Yes.
Okay, if I hear his voice.
Oh my God.
If I hear his voice, he's an 8. If I just see him, he's a 7.
I want him to read like a sexy book to me in his voice.
If he did audiobooks, I don't even care. He could read about anything. I'd probably listen to it.
Oh my God, that voice is so, that's what sells it. And it's funny too because you watch like Everybody Hates Chris and then
he's a little goofy.
Yeah, he's a little goofy guy. He's like a little goofy looking. His voice is a little, and then he grew up and you're like, okay.
He's in Abbott Elementary. Oh man, he's so sexy in that. I was
so fine.
It's actually it's wild. Yeah. What do we give him regular scale though?
In a regular scale?
10.
Yeah.
I'm a fast 10. I remember
I'm gonna give him 9.5 because I would appreciate if he was a little taller for my likings.
Yeah, I think I moved past that pretty quickly. I think I'd be like,
He'd whisper a little something in your ear.
It would take actually nothing. Yeah, it would take nothing. I don't know what I'm saying. If I was in a room with that man, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
10, 10, 20s on him.
Yeah, so I think that we've concluded. So what's their average score then? So like he's like an 8. And Jeremy Allen White is like a 7.
No, Jeremy Allen White, we gave him a 5.
I know, but I'm saying we were average out the scores.
Oh, average out
their
the
average
scores.
Scores
okay.
Jeremy Allen White's a 7 and what's his name? Everyone hates Chris.
His name is Chris.
His name's Chris. Everyone hates Chris is an 8.
No, that's not the average. What did you gave him a 10?
I gave him a 10 and you gave him an 8.
Yeah, so the average wouldn't be an 8. Okay, math.
Okay, math. Big math out here. And my math teachers would be so proud of me. They're like, she's never changed, huh? One thing about Gabby is you can always say she's consistent.
Everybody Hates Chris is a 9, average 9.
Okay, average 9. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for watching this week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning
in and come back again.
Appreciate ya.
Come back again. If you want to follow our Instagram, that's awesome. And if you also want to send us people to do Ohio ratings, they have to be famous though. Don't send your exes.
No, send your exes.
No, don't send your
bruh.
ex. It might get a little brutal in here, and I don't need that.
I would love to Ohio rank some of your guys' exes.
Yeah, but please send celebrities.
Yeah, but
Please don't do that.
yeah, don't do that. I don't want to get in trouble or sued.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Bye.